Hi guys, this is Martin here. It is now April the 19th. It's a Sunday and just after 5 o'clock. And I would just want to wish everyone a really happy week ahead of you. We're going to look at some trading pairs, some of the major currency pairs to see what we can expect for the week to come. And again, as always, I want you guys to look over my shoulder and take a peek at what I'm doing. Take a look to see what I'm thinking about, so that way you could set yourself up for the upcoming week and perhaps get ready to trade for some really good pips. So let's take a look at the very first currency pair. We're looking at the Euro USD. Can you see my pointer on the chart? Okay, so this is the Euro USD. It's a daily chart. All the charts that we show you, or that I'm showing you, will always start off the daily chart. Sometimes I will switch to a 4-hour chart or something else, but for the purpose of training here, we mostly look at the daily charts. And so this is the Euro USD daily. You can see with your own eye, even without any indicators on the chart, that we are still in a major downtrend. Okay, starting with the left here, going to the right hand side. You can see prices come back down to its low back here in early March. Okay, prices come back up. Prices come back down to retest the previous low back in early March. Prices now coming back up, and I'm going to say that we kind of see with this candle right here, it kind of closed just above the 21 EMA. We are still below the 50 SMA, so we're still in a major downtrend, but I believe I can almost expect price to continue going up to retest the previous high here, and here. This is a major resistance area. Also, you can see the 50 SMA is coming down, so I can see price at least coming up a little bit higher to this zone right here to retest the previous high. From there, we can most likely expect price to come down, unless the news for the United States the economic news that comes out over the next 1 or 2 weeks is absolutely terrible for the U.S. But usually when price goes back up, it always retests the previous high and often bounces back low. So it's going to take some doing for price to jump from this price zone to the next price zone above this resistance right here. So this is what I'm expecting: price to go a little bit higher, then bounce back down lower. You can also see the MACD is below the 0. Okay, and so again indicating that we're still in the major downtrend. So again, just keep your eyes open. If price goes a little bit higher, you can almost expect it to trade higher. Look for bullish evidence to the upside. But if you're waiting for price to come back down, then we want price to break below the 21 right here, and then look for bearish evidence to the downside. Okay, so this is the Euro USD. Let's continue to the British Pound USD daily. Again, similar to the last currency chart, we are in a major downtrend. Again, you can see that price on the left here is much higher. Price on the right is much lower. We have price has in the short term has gotten a lot higher and has actually tested the 50 SMA, but it has not closed above the 50 SMA, and that's important, everyone. Okay, if price closes above, we can expect price to reverse, and price most likely will go back higher to retest the previous high back in February, late February. Okay, so right now, here's a huge pin bar. Whether that's a reflection that price is bouncing back off and coming down lower, again, just wait and see at least 1 or 2 days. But again, price has to close well above the 50 SMA, so above the 150.50 mark, okay, or level. And then you could expect price to continue going higher. Right now, it's just a wait and see situation. Okay, price again, if you look at the MACD below the chart here, MACD is below 0. You can see that right there. Okay, so next chart, let's take a look. Okay, here we've got the Australian US dollar. Again, you can see major downtrend. Price has kept coming down. And again, it hit a low here back in beginning of March. Again, here price went down a low again. It retested the previous low right here. Went down a bit lower, but you see came right back up and bounced off the support. So this gray rectangle is support. Price has gone up. Not really closed above the 21 EMA. Prices bounced back off the 21 EMA, come back down to support. So you can see this whole area here is a narrow zone between these two gray rectangles. We've got support down here. We've got resistance over here. So price basically was just trading sideways. Finally, price is broken out to the upside with a huge bullish candle. And price again is in a bit of a retrace right here. So right, you can see the sentiment of the MACD. It is starting to go much higher and possibly will go above zero. Currently, right now, it's below zero. Since price has closed above the 50 SMA, we can basically say we are in a short-term uptrend. So short-term uptrend, I expect price to actually go higher to retest the previous high right over here back at the end of March. So I do expect price to perhaps come down a little bit lower over the next day or so, then go higher to retest the previous high, and then most likely will bounce off of that and come back lower again. Okay, so that's the Australian US dollar. Let's take a look at the New Zealand US. Same thing. Prices seem to have gone up much greater in velocity than the Australian US dollar. You can see price is definitely in a short-term uptrend. Not only has price gone higher above the 21 and the 50 SMA this time, as price also is right at the resistance area. You can see that in the gray rectangle. You can see this little black bar here. That's because this is just after 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday, and price opened up. It is gapped up. Let me just go down to a lower time frame. Okay, maybe even 30 minutes. Let me just take a look. I want you to see how price gaps. Okay, you can see as of Friday last week, price went down with this candle here, went down further, and then came back and closed right there. And today, instead of opening where the previous candle closed, which is right here, so instead of opening right here, price opened right way up here, and I'm sorry, way up here. It's now come back down, and this is what we call a gap. So this price will most likely come back down a little bit lower to at least test the 21 EMA, but I do expect price, once it comes back down here, might be a good area to place a pending buy limit order for price to go higher. So I expect price to go higher to at least retest the previous high. Let me just use something for a second. This is the previous high. Let me now switch to the daily chart. Okay, there's the daily. So I expect price to go higher, and let me just take a look. I'm going to draw this in right here. There we go. So I expect price to eventually go higher to retest this previous high here. If it and even possibly a little bit higher than that, but that's what I'm looking for when it comes to the New Zealand US dollar, just because price is right at the resistance zone, which depends on what happens today, Sunday evening to early Monday morning. If price comes right back down lower and closes below this area right here, okay, if price closes below here, below this support, then price will continue coming back down lower. But I kind of expect price to just come back a wee bit and then go higher to retest the previous high. Okay, let's take a look at the. Let me just take that off for a second. Okay, let's take a look at the U.S. Swiss franc daily. Again, we were in a major uptrend. We reached a high here at the beginning of March. Prices come all the way back down to almost, well, actually, it has tested the 50 SMA, and as you know, the 50 SMA can act like a line in the sand. So in this case, sellers have taken price right back down. The buyers have pushed price back up, not allowing price to continue going down further. This rectangle is a major support area. So if price would have gone lower than this candle right here, then we could have said that price is now reversing. Most likely, price will come back down to about here to retest the previous lows back in this area. But the bulls or the buyers have pushed price all the way back up. Sellers have pushed price all the way back down. There's certainly a really amazing war going on between the buyers and the sellers. Who's going to win? I'm not too sure. Again, this area here is very, very important. It's support. We tested support right here. Tested previously support right here. Price traded in a sideways channel at support right here. So again, it all depends over the next couple of days. What happens? Will price break below and close below support, below this candle right here, or will price bounce back up and continue going a little bit higher? Right now, the MACD is below 0, so the sentiment is toward the downside. Okay, but again, I normally don't trade on Sundays. You would have to almost wait and see for at least a day or so. Okay, next is the USCAD. Interesting pair in the sense that had a major decline in price over the last couple of days, mainly because of bad economic news. But price did not close below the below this line. I drew this in. It's the 100-day simple moving average. The orange line here is the 50, so price is well below the 50, and we can say that we are in a short-term downtrend. However, we're waiting for further confirmation. See, I've written it here. We need confirmation. Will price continue to go back lower, or price will bounce back up and again retest the this gray rectangle area right here, which is now resistance. Okay, so this gray rectangle, let me just see if I can make that a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so the gray rectangle is resistance. Right now we're using the 100-day simple moving average as support. It all depends if where price closes over the next day or so. If price closes higher, then we can expect price to come back up again to retest at least the gray rectangle, which is resistance, and in the meantime the 21 EMA will be coming down as well. As the days progress, the EMA will also come down, so most likely price will come back to retest the 21 EMA and the gray rectangle that should meet, and this is called confluence. Okay, so from there we don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Right now the MACD is below the 0. Okay, you can see that right there. And those are our major currency pairs for this week. Again, it looks like over the next 2 days, we're looking for really confirmation on all the major currency pairs. There's lots of economic news coming out. The big news that will be coming out that will really affect what's going to happen for the pre-summer movement, which I did email everyone about. You know, giving you some heads up as to where price could go in the near future before the summer actually gets into full swing. We usually have some major reversals that are at stake with the currency pairs, so we'll keep an eye out on all of those. And over the next day or so, I wouldn't really do much. It's all almost a wait and see situation, but keep your eyes open. And if you have any questions, email me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And happy trading. We'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.